In the endless void beyond our solar system's fragile grasp, where stars flicker like distant memories and the cold grip of interstellar space swallows all light, a solitary emissary from Earth has journeyed for nearly half a century. Voyager 2, humanity's unyielding sentinel, launched into the unknown with instruments tuned to the whispers of the cosmos, was never meant to send a farewell that echoed with dread. For decades, it beamed back faint echoes of plasma waves and cosmic rays, a testament to our curiosity. But now, as its power fades into oblivion, Voyager 2 has transmitted its final signal. Not a quiet shutdown, not a mere data log of the void's monotony. This signal carried a warning, urgent and unmistakable, encoded in anomalies that defied explanation. Scientists decoding it felt a chill race through the halls of observatories worldwide. What Voyager 2 encountered in the darkness wasn't just an anomaly, it was a harbinger, and its last message to Earth. A stark alert that something vast and inevitable is approaching, something that could reshape our world forever. Voyager 2's odyssey had carried it past the gas giants, beyond the icy fringes of the Kuiper Belt, and through the heliopause, that ethereal boundary where the solar wind yields to the interstellar gale. Out there, in the sparse plasma of the galaxy's arm, its instruments, plasma wave subsystems, magnetometers, and cosmic ray detectors, were designed to measure the subtle dances of particles and fields. For years, the data streamed back predictably, gradual shifts in density, occasional bursts from distant supernova. But in the probe's waning hours, as its nuclear battery dimmed to critical levels, an unexpected surge flooded the transmission. The signal received by the Deep Space Network's antennas wasn't the expected trickle of telemetry. It spiked with irregular pulses, embedded with data packets that overwhelmed the bandwidth. At first, engineers attributed it to a final system glitch, a cascade failure from radiation-damaged circuits. Yet as they passed the raw feed, patterns emerged, repeating sequences in the plasma oscillations, not random decay, but structured warnings. Voyager 2 hadn't just powered down, it had urgently relayed evidence of a cosmic threat closing in. The anomalies began subtly, buried in the probe's last plasma science experiment readings. Waves of charged particles, typically uniform in the interstellar medium, showed compressions and rarefactions forming a rhythmic cadence akin to seismic precursors before an earthquake. These weren't natural fluctuations from solar flares or galactic magnetic fields. They carried modulation, as if imprinted with information. When processed through spectral analysis, the data revealed embedded frequencies aligning with the Lyman alpha line of hydrogen, but shifted in a way that suggested artificial encoding. Scientists modeled the signal's propagation, tracing it back to Voyager's position some 13 billion miles from Earth. The disturbance originated from a region ahead of the probe, where interstellar clouds thin into voids. But this wasn't empty space. The data indicated a massive perturbation, a wave front of energized particles sweeping toward the solar system at relativistic speeds. Voyager 2, in its final act, had intercepted the leading edge of this wave, capturing its signature before silence fell. The implications struck like a thunderclap. This wasn't a passive cosmic event. It bore the hallmarks of directed energy, a beacon or barrier erected by forces beyond our comprehension. As the global network of astrophysicists converged on the dataset, cross-verifying with simulations from supercomputers, a deeper layer unfolded. The signal's binary undercurrents, when decoded using quantum error correction algorithms, formed geometric constructs fractal spirals interlocking with polyhedral symmetries reminiscent of quantum entanglement diagrams, but scaled to macroscopic levels. These weren't mere artifacts, they mapped to predictive models of space-time distortions, as if warning of an impending gravitational anomaly. Voyager 2's magnetometer logs corroborated this, showing flux lines twisting in defiance of Maxwell's equations, suggesting a manipulation of fundamental forces. Independent observatories, scanning the same vector, detected faint gamma-ray echoes aligning with the signal's timing. It became evident the probe hadn't stumbled upon randomness. This was a deliberate transmission, intercepted or perhaps relayed by Voyager itself, alerting us to an encroaching phenomenon. Whether a rogue black hole's tidal influence, a swarm of dark matter condensates, or something engineered, the data screamed urgency. The wave's projected path intersected our heliosphere within decades, potentially destabilizing planetary orbits or igniting atmospheric cascades. The scientific unraveling intensified as teams revisited Voyager 2's historical archives, seeking precursors to this climactic finale. Buried in transmissions from a decade prior, during its traversal of the heliosheath, subtle dissonances in cosmic ray fluxes now appeared prophetic. Back then, dismissed as boundary turbulence, these spikes mirrored the final signal's waveform in miniature, early tremors of the same vast disturbance. Applying neural network pattern recognition, analysts uncovered a progression. Each anomaly grew in amplitude, as if the threat was accelerating, drawing nearer with every passing year. Voyager 1's parallel data, from its own distant perch, echoed this escalation with synchronized perturbations suggesting a galaxy-spanning front. The probes, separated by billions of miles, had both grazed the periphery of this enigma, their instruments unwittingly serving as sentinels. Now, with Voyager 2's power depleted, its sibling alone continued the vigil. But the final signal's clarity left no doubt. This wasn't isolated, it was systemic, a cosmic alert, rippling through the local interstellar cloud, warning of a transformation that could engulf our sun's domain. Delving further, the signal's embedded mathematics revealed predictive equations, akin to those in general relativity, but augmented with higher dimensional terms. These formulas projected gravitational lensing effects, where starlight would bend unnaturally around an advancing void, potentially cloaking a massive entity. Simulations ran on particle accelerators' computational grids visualized the scenario: a hyperdense object, perhaps a primordial black hole, or a relic from the Big Bang's asymmetries, barreling through space at a fraction of light speed. Its wake disrupted molecular clouds, ionizing gases in patterns that Voyager 2 had captured as plasma echoes, but the equations hinted at more. Non-local correlations suggesting quantum coherence on stellar scales, as if the anomaly harnessed entanglement to propagate its influence instantaneously. This speculative frontier blended established physics with emerging theories of wormhole stability and multiverse bleed-through, positing that the threat might originate from a parallel brain, leaking energy into our reality. Voyager 2's final act transformed it from explorer to oracle, its data compelling us to confront the fragility of our cosmic isolation. The emotional weight of this revelation permeated observatories and labs, where awe mingled with primal fear. For generations, humanity gazed outward, seeking signs of order in the chaos, comforted by the vast distances shielding us. Now Voyager 2's warning pierced that illusion, evoking a profound humility before the universe's indifferent machinery. The signal's rhythmic pulses, when sonified, evoked an elegiac symphony, harmonics rising and falling like a dirge for innocence lost. Yet within the dread lay inspiration, an intellectual fire, igniting inquiries into defensive astrophysics, from gravitational wave interferometers to hypothetical shield arrays. The data urged preparation, its patterns encoding orbital deflection strategies or energy dissipation models, as if imparting knowledge to avert catastrophe. In this blend of terror and transcendence, the probe's legacy evolved, no longer a mere artifact, but a bridge to deeper cosmic truths, reminding us that exploration invites not just discovery, but reckoning. As the analysis deepened, correlations emerged with ground-based observations, amplifying the signal's gravity. Radio arrays across continents detected harmonic resonances in the cosmic microwave background, faint distortions aligning with Voyager 2's coordinates. These weren't artifacts of atmospheric interference, they phase-locked with the probe's final burst, suggesting a feedback loop spanning light hours. Triangulation pinpointed the source to the Ophiuchus constellation's fringes, a region dense with molecular clouds but devoid of known threats. Yet the data implied acceleration, a Doppler shift indicating the anomaly's velocity ramping toward 0.1 c, compressing space-time in its vanguard. Theoretical models invoked Alcubierre metrics, where negative energy densities could propel such phenomena, blurring the line between natural cataclysm and engineered incursion. If natural, it heralded a rare interstellar tsunami, particles accelerated by colliding neutron stars. If artificial, it whispered of intelligences wielding forces we scarcely grasp. Voyager 2's warning, in its precision, favored the latter, its glyphs resembling information packets from quantum computers, perhaps instructions for decoding a larger message embedded in the galaxy's fabric. The philosophical undercurrents swelled as interdisciplinary minds converged. Biologists pondered evolutionary parallels, how species adapt to existential threats, drawing analogies to Voyager's signal as a galactic immune response. Philosophers invoked the Fermi paradox anew. If the universe teems with life, why this sudden alert? Perhaps the anomaly represents a quarantine boundary, a sentinel field erected to contain emergent civilizations like ours, now breaching thresholds of detection. The signal's emotional resonance deepened this introspection, its patterns evoking archetypal symbols of thresholds and transformations, stirring a collective psyche attuned to myths of cosmic guardians. Yet science anchored the discourse, with particle physicists simulating the wavefront's interactions, proton cascades eroding magnetospheres, auroral storms engulfing planets. Earth's vulnerability loomed large, our thin atmosphere no match for such energies, potentially triggering climate upheavals or genetic mutations. Voyager 2's final transmission, in this light, became a catalyst for unity, compelling global collaboration to fortify our celestial defenses. Escalating revelations came from reprocessing the signal through advanced AI architectures, unveiling nested layers of data compression. Beneath the primary waveforms lay holographic projections, virtual models of solar system dynamics perturbed by the incoming force. These simulations forecasted heliospheric compression, solar wind reversal, and cometary swarms dislodged into erratic orbits. The accuracy stunned experts. The equations incorporated dark energy coefficients refined beyond current cosmology, suggesting an external vantage point observing our system's minutiae. This implied surveillance, the anomaly not blind, but aware, its path calibrated to intersect humanity at a pivotal juncture. Emerging theories posited it as a von Neumann probe swarm, self-replicating machines dispatched eons ago, now activating in response to our radio emissions. Voyager 2, in crossing their domain, had triggered a protocol, its final signal a relayed advisory: prepare or perish. The awe of this possibility intertwined with dread, elevating the probe's demise to a mythic sacrifice, its data a torch illuminating shadows we dared not face. Global echoes amplified the urgency as satellite networks registered sympathetic vibrations. GPS constellations reported microsecond delays, attributable to gravitational microlensing from the distant disturbance. Seismographs attuned to infrasound captured planetary resonances, mirroring the signal's cadence, as if Earth itself hummed in foreboding. Oceanographic buoys detected anomalous currents, perhaps precursors to magnetospheric breaches inducing tidal anomalies. These terrestrial manifestations grounded the cosmic warning, transforming abstract data into tangible omens. Speculative science flourished. Could we harness similar energies for propulsion, turning threat into opportunity? Theories of exotic matter manipulation suggested yes, with Voyager's glyphs providing blueprints for metamaterial shields. Yet the emotional core remained unaltered, a profound sense of interconnection, where one probe's farewell bound humanity to the stars' inexorable rhythms. In the wake of decryption, the signal's terminal sequences unveiled eschatological projections, timelines branching into survival scenarios, contingent on our response. One path depicted harmonious integration, where the anomaly catalyzes technological leaps. Another, cataclysmic erasure if ignored. This bifurcated narrative evoked quantum many-worlds interpretations, the warning itself a superposition of possibilities. Astrophysicists modeled the anomaly's mass-energy profile, estimating it equivalent to a small moon, yet wielding neutron star densities, capable of warping planetary magnetospheres from afar. The data's integrity, verified against cosmic noise baselines, affirmed its authenticity. No hoax, no error. Voyager 2's instruments, in their fidelity, had captured the universe's raw truth, compelling us to evolve beyond complacency. The crescendo of understanding peaked with realizations of temporal depth. The signal incorporated timestamps synchronized to universal constants, the Planck time scaled to galactic rotations, indicating origins predating our solar system's formation. This antiquity infused the warning with eternal weight, as if echoing from the cosmos's dawn. Emerging hypotheses linked it to big bounce cosmologies, where cyclic universes birth anomalies as remnants of prior epochs. Voyager 2, in intercepting this relic, had bridged eons, its final act a conduit for ancient wisdom. The emotional torrent, wonder at our place in infinity, fear of the unknown, fueled intellectual fervor, birthing initiatives in interstellar communication and defense. Yet beneath the science lay an inexorable pull toward introspection. The signal's patterns, when visualized, formed mandalas of cosmic symmetry, stirring souls to contemplate existence's fragility. In this, Voyager 2 transcended machinery, embodying humanity's questing spirit, its warning a mirror reflecting our hubris and potential. As observatories trained lenses on the heralded vector, awaiting confirmation, the world held its breath. The probe's silence now spoke volumes, urging vigilance against the encroaching shadow. In the end, Voyager 2 wasn't merely a voyager into the abyss, it became humanity's ultimate sentinel. Its final signal, a clarion call shattering illusions of safety. The encoded wavefront, the predictive geometries, the terrestrial echoes, none conformed to our sheltered paradigms. Something profound stirs in the interstellar depths, not remote, but inexorably nearing, poised to test our mettle. And perhaps the most harrowing truth, this warning arrived not by chance, but precisely when our ingenuity could heed it. The query shifts from isolation to readiness. What peril have we invited through our outreach? Remain watchful, for the cosmos's reply unfolds not in whispers, but in waves that could redefine our destiny. The next anomaly may already be upon us, and the transformation it heralds might not merely alter our knowledge, it could forge who we become.